The vegan dinners have been finished and the selfies have been taken, and here to weigh in on all of tonight's snubs, surprises, and everything in between from Golden Globes 2020, Deputy Awards and Features Editor Janelle Riley and Senior TV Features Editor Danielle Terciano. Okay, everyone, let's start with film 1917, bringing home the big award of the night.
It was a surprise winner. Yeah. It was a late entry into the race. I don't even think it screened until late November, right before the Golden Globes deadline. It ended up not only winning Best Picture Drama, but Best Director. Sam Mendes won over Parasite director Bong Joon-ho and the Irishman filmmaker Martin Scorsese and Quentin Tarantino. That was a bit of a surprise.
Yeah, absolutely. And snubbed, Netflix. I mean, what happened?
They went in with 17 film nominations. They walked away with 1 win for Laura Dern, Marriage Story. The Irishman had 5 nominations going into the night. Marriage Story had 6, more than any of the other movies.
Yeah.
Irishman went home empty-handed, kind of a shock. I'll reiterate, the Golden Globes are not really a precursor. There's no voting members that overlap with the Academy Awards or even SAG, I think. So I wouldn't be too worried.
Very important point taken. And Danielle, the Netflix lag, shall we say, also carried into the TV categories. What happened there?
It did. You know, they had 17 nominations on TV as well as 17 in film, and they won 1 in TV. I think in TV it was a little bit different simply because there were a lot of actors and actresses who were up against each other from different Netflix shows, so that it's not that they could have won 17 TV awards anyway, but they only took away 1, and I'm sure that was not what they were hoping for, even though it was Olivia Colman from The Crown, which was not really a surprise to anybody. You know, looking at surprises for TV, Rami Youssef was a really big one.
And one of the first awards of the night.
Exactly. It kind of kicked things off for the Globes to say, we're going to do something different this year, I feel like. You know, he wasn't nominated at the Emmys, and then this came, and well-deserved, but no one expected it.
Janelle, I'm really glad that you brought up that the voting body of the HFPA, this does not overlap with the Oscars, with the Academy. How does this set us up as we head into more awards this season?
I think it's a perception thing. I think that definitely people now see 1917 as a serious contender, if they didn't before. I mean, it was already very heralded. It was definitely in the conversation. Sure. But I think going in tonight, a lot of people thought it was down to The Irishman or Marriage Story.
Yeah.
On the Best Picture musical comedy side, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood took home the top prize and 2 other awards. Only reinforces how strong this movie is. It came out quite a while ago.
Yeah.
People are still talking about it. So I think just overall perception, keeping things fresh in people's mind, can never hurt.
Right, absolutely. And also it does seem like just more traditional studio fare that's hitting the theaters.
It really did, yeah.
It is really still coming out on top. But again, this is going to be still, we got at least a month to go with the race, so not necessarily what's going to unfold at the Oscars, right?
And Joker did surprisingly well. It took home 2 awards. Not only for Joaquin Phoenix's performance, which was somewhat predicted. There was a split between him and Adam Driver in terms of who people thought would win. It also won Best Score.
Wow.
Yeah,
absolutely.
They're showing a lot of love for that movie that I think a lot of people have underestimated.
And Danielle, what do you think this says now that Netflix didn't perform in what I think they would actually be really competitive in terms of the television offering?
I mean, similar to the way that this is not a predictor for the Oscars, I don't think it's a predictor for the Emmys either. You know, they have such a high volume of new series, and a number of the projects that got nominated at the Globes will be eligible for Emmys. They'll campaign hard for them, likely will get nominated. Things like Unbelievable, their limited series, certainly The Crown Season 3 was not eligible at Emmys last year, so it's going forward now for 2020. And it just feels like between those shows that got nominated now and the new ones still to come, they're going to have a huge Emmy season in terms of nominations.
Right, and cable networks still kind of relevant. Fosse Verdon, which is on FX.
Yeah, for Michelle Williams. You know what's so interesting is that Apple TV Plus, the Golden Globes was their first awards opportunity at all. And you know, the morning show picked up 3 nominations. 2 of them were splitting a vote, Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon in the lead drama actress category, so they couldn't have won 3 awards, but they won nothing at their first outing. And so SAG is right around the corner, and they're eligible, they're nominated at SAG as well. But you know, when you talk about things like cable still in it, we also kind of have to look at, well, cable's proven, and some of these new streamers still have a way to go to prove themselves.
Great discussion, ladies. And for more award season analysis, you will know what to do. Head over to Variety.com.